Welcome to the Brain Alpha. Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. We're going to tackle the absolute modern crisis of distraction, and we'll do it by learning how to literally train your brain like a muscle. So, let's get into it.
So I want you to ask yourself, can you hold your attention on a single screen for just 47 seconds? Think about that for a second. It doesn't sound like a long time at all, does it? But for most of us today, that is rapidly becoming our absolute upper limit.
To put this into perspective, look at the numbers from Dr. Gloria Mark over at UC Irvine. They perfectly illustrate this shocking reality we're in. Back in 2004, the average office worker could focus on a single screen for 2.5 minutes. But by 2023, that number completely crashed to an average of just 47 seconds. That means in less than 20 years, our ability to focus plummeted to a tiny fraction of what it used to be. We've essentially become a society that just cannot focus on one task for even a single minute. Crazy, right?
But here is where behavioral science offers us a total paradigm shift. Behavioral science expert Daniel Pink points out that your focus isn't some innate talent, something you're just born with or without. Actually, it's a trainable muscle. If you use it the right way, literally anyone can build it back up.
And hey, this isn't just some clever metaphor. Research by Dr. Norman Doidge at the University of Toronto highlights the real-world concept of neuroplasticity. Basically, science proves that no matter your age, you can physically change and rewire your brain's structure through repeated training. You really can reclaim your attention span. So how exactly do we start this training? Well, we use a straightforward 5-step playbook.
Step 1. Find your baseline.
Think about it like this. You wouldn't walk into a gym on your very first day and try to bench press 200 pounds, right? You'd get absolutely crushed. You have to know your starting point. So here's how you do it, with completely zero judgment. Grab a work-related book. Not a comic book, not a thriller, but actual focused work material. Start a timer. The exact second you feel that overwhelming itch to check your phone or your mind just aggressively wanders off, stop the timer. Whether your baseline is 10 minutes or literally just 1 minute, that is your current limit.
Now, the crucial move here is to take that baseline and slowly add weight using what we call progressive overload. So if your baseline is 5 minutes, shoot for 7 minutes next time. Once you hit 7, push it to 10. You're just nudging yourself to focus for 1 or 2 minutes longer each time. And over time, that mental muscle gets seriously strong.
Moving on to step 2, curate your environment. A low baseline is often just a symptom of a really terrible environment. You simply can't focus if your workspace is actively working against you. According to researchers at UC Irvine, it takes an average of 23 minutes just to get back into a state of deep focus after checking a single notification. Let that sink in. One quick glance at your phone and boom, nearly half an hour of productive focus is just wiped out.
Your environment matters immensely. Stanford research shows that heavy multitasking actively destroys your brain's filtering ability. So you have to physically remove these focus destroyers. Things like having your phone sitting right on your desk or keeping 20 browser tabs open. Get them totally out of your line of sight. Instead, swap them out for focus protectors. Leave the phone in another room. Keep only one active tab open at a time. Batch check your emails on a set schedule. You've got to make your physical space signal to your brain that it's time to work.
That brings us to step 3, create focus rituals. If we look at top athletes and executives, we see they always rely on a routine. It's like a baseball player stepping up to the plate and doing the exact same bat taps every single time to signal the brain it's time to perform. Georgetown University professor Cal Newport points out that intentional preparation and habits are what trigger deep focus. Just like Pavlov's dog, you can create a conditioned reflex where a specific action automatically shifts your brain right into a deep work state. So you don't have to sit around waiting for inspiration to strike, you can literally engineer it. In this ritual, it can be incredibly simple. Maybe you just take 3 deep breaths, do a quick stretch, or put on a specific instrumental focus song. The trick is doing the exact same sequence every single time. That is what trains the muscle to activate on command. Eventually, just hearing that first note of your focus track will automatically lock your brain in. It's like magic.
Next up is step 4, rest strategically. This step is all about recovery. Think about it. If you push a physical muscle to absolute failure and never let it rest, you're just going to end up injured and inefficient, right? Well, the brain works the exact same way. Research by Professor Alejandro Lirez at the University of Illinois shows that taking brief, strategic breaks stops your brain from becoming numb to the task at hand. They call that process habituation. So you need to match your focus cycles to your baseline. If you can only do 5 minutes right now, great. Do 5 minutes on, 3 minutes off. As you grow, maybe you upgrade to the classic 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. But whatever you do, you absolutely must take the break.
But here's the catch. You have to understand the clear difference between fake rest and true rest. You have to avoid fake rest at all costs. I'm talking about scrolling social media or reading the news. That stuff just forces your brain to process huge amounts of new, highly stimulating information. It's exhausting. Instead, embrace true rest. Actually stand up, walk around a bit, do a stretch, or just gaze out a window. Give your focus muscle the chance to actually recover.
Finally, we reach the climax of our playbook. Step 5. Define your why.
Listen, all the environmental tweaks and clever rituals in the world just aren't going to work if you don't have the ultimate fuel driving you forward. When Daniel Pink found himself endlessly distracted or writing a book, doing literally everything right, but still failing to focus, he realized his underlying purpose had become totally blurry. He actually had to write his why on a piece of paper and tape it to the wall just to reclaim his attention. As he says, when purpose is clear, focus returns.
So I want you to ask yourself right now, what are you doing this for? Is it for financial freedom? Is it so you can clock out earlier and just have more time with your family? Are you aiming for massive career advancement? Or maybe building a legacy? When you clearly define exactly what you want out of your work, your brain literally stops trying to save energy. It turns what feels like a miserable, draining obligation into a really empowering and exciting choice.
Because ultimately, all of this matters deeply. One focused day changes your week. One focused week changes your year. And one focused year, that changes your entire life. Reclaiming your attention isn't just about finishing your daily chores or clearing out your inbox a bit faster. It's fundamentally about taking back control of your life.
So I'll leave you with this vital question to chew on. What are you focusing for? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and help us build the hype. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.